So, after reviewing the specs of the Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G, I can say that it's a good phone with some tweaks over last year's Note 10 Pro. But then, also on the Redmi Note 11 series is the Redmi Note 11, which I really think is the new budget king.
The Tech Round.
So before we start reviewing this Redmi Note 11, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. So, the Redmi Note 11 is a budget phone among the lineup, and the predecessor to the Redmi Note 10, which is currently the device I've been using to film this video. So, Redmi Note 11, should you really upgrade? Well, to start this review, the Redmi Note 11 uses the Snapdragon 680 4G, a 6nm processor that maxes out at 2.4 GHz with Adreno 610 GPU. The predecessor Note 10 uses the Snapdragon 678. And comparing both of these chipsets, I can say that the Snapdragon 680 is an incremental upgrade of the Snapdragon 678. In CPU and gaming performance, they almost have the same score for Nano review. But since the Snapdragon 680 has a 6nm transistor, it is really a power-efficient chipset, scoring 85 points than the 65 points of the Snapdragon 678. So battery is really the strength of the Redmi Note 11's Snapdragon 680, and combining it with a large 5000 mAh battery, it is really a power-efficient device. Now, on the Antutu benchmark score, the Snapdragon 678 shows better Antutu score than the Snapdragon 680, which is 281,000 points versus 251,000 points, which is up to 12% better score than the Snapdragon 680. Now, moving on to the design of the Note 11, the Redmi Note 11 features a flat frame design, which is new to the Redmi Note lineup. You can choose 3 colors for the Redmi Note 11: graphite gray, twilight blue, and star blue. For me, I like the twilight blue. It's just simple, clean, elegant looking. It has an 8.09mm thickness and weighs only 179 grams, despite having a 5000mAh battery, but probably because of the build quality. The Note 11 has a plastic frame that might be the reason why it only weighs 179 grams. Up front, there's a Corning Gorilla Glass Day protection, and it's also an IP53 splash and dust rated. Now, on the display. Last year's Note 10 has a really good display, and I can't say anything about that phone. It's just the 2021 budget king for me. And now they've made it even better with a 6.43-inch AMOLED display, and now has a 90Hz refresh rate and a 180Hz touch sampling rate, up to 1000 nits of peak brightness at 1080 by 2400 Full HD Plus resolution, 409 ppi with DCI-P3 white color gamut, and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. That was a mouthful, but yeah, AMOLED display and 90Hz refresh rate, it's just great. Remember, when you need to choose between an AMOLED display with 60Hz refresh rate and an IPS LCD display with a high refresh rate. But now, Xiaomi made it possible, putting an AMOLED display and a 90Hz refresh rate on a budget device. It's just great. So, it is a bright display with an AMOLED panel and up to 1000 nits brightness. So with that together, you can really watch videos and play games under the direct sunlight. And Countable Games on Play Store now supports higher refresh rate to bring your gaming experience into the smoothest and FPS drop free. Now on camera, 50MP main, 8MP ultra-wide, 2MP macro, 2MP depth, and records at 1080p 60 frames per second, which is a downgrade from last year, especially due to the Note 10 records 4K 30fps audio. For me, I still use 1080p to save more storage, and it also has an stabilization feature. So on the front camera, it has a 13 megapixel shooter and records 1080p at 30 frames per second. Now I'll be processing some pictures of the Note 10, and these images are from the Xiaomi website. So the cameras of the Redmi Note 11 are good and probably a minor upgrade from the Note 10 last year. Remember, minor. Now battery. Redmi Note 11 has a 5000 mAh battery with a 33 watt Pro fast charging. So 5000 mAh battery with a power efficient chipset would probably last you for a day in a moderate usage. And with that 33 watts Pro fast charging, which Xiaomi says it's up to 21% faster than the 33 watt charger of last year's Note 10. And Xiaomi also says that it can fully charge the device in just 61 minutes. But of course, actual results may vary. The Redmi Note 11 has dual stereo speakers, and the 3.5mm audio jack is not missing, together with 2 microphones and an IR blaster. Variants: 64 plus 4GB, 128 plus 4GB, and 128 plus 6GB with UFS 2.2 and memory extension feature. The Redmi Note 11 runs on MIUI 13 based on Android 12, and Android 12 update might come pretty soon. Now pricing. The Redmi Note 11 starts at only $179 and will be available online on February 9, 2022. So, is the Redmi Note 11 a great device if you have already the Note 10? Well, yes, if you're not a gamer. As reviews showed earlier, the Snapdragon 678 and Snapdragon 680 are almost the same in performance. But when battery life and the improved display, I would say the Redmi Note 11 is a budget king of 2022 as of now. So, that is it guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. My name is Ralph, this is the Tech Ralph, and I'll catch you on my next video.